We are developing a website that provides you with personalized information to help protect yourself against COVID. This site will help you determine your personal COVID risk, whether you want to be vaccinated, and if you do, which vaccine is the best for you. How is this anything new, you might be thinking? Most people probably think they know all about COVID-19 and the vaccines. After all, it's in the news constantly. For example, most people know that older people tend to have a harder time fighting off COVID than younger people. But did you know that many other factors, including your weight, race, sex, exercise habits, and more, all affect your chances of being hospitalized from COVID? And did you know that the risk from one person to the next can vary greatly? Some people may have as low as a 1% risk of hospitalization, while others have up to a 66% chance. Do you know what your personal risk from COVID really is? This site will determine that for you. Also, most people probably know that COVID isn't a single virus. Maybe they've heard about the mutations from the UK, Brazil, and South Africa, which make the virus easier to spread, harder to fight, or both. So, they know that there are at least a handful of versions of COVID-19. A handful? Did you know that there are over 4,000 variations of COVID-19, and which are most common depends on where you are? Do you know which variants are most common where you live? Do you know which vaccines are most effective against those variants? Speaking of the vaccines, most people have seen the figures. The Moderna vaccine provides 94% protection after 2 doses. The Pfizer vaccine provides 95% protection after 2 doses. And Johnson & Johnson's vaccine provides 66% protection after 1 dose. That seems simple enough. Assuming you decide to get vaccinated, who wants the 66% protection of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine when they can have the 94 to 95% protection of the Moderna or Pfizer vaccines? Well, it's actually not that simple. For one thing, many of the COVID mutations, including the dangerous South African variant, didn't even exist when Pfizer and Moderna did their studies. Since Johnson & Johnson did their studies later, they were testing against variants of COVID which had already mutated to avoid neutralization by your immune system. So of course, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine percentages are lower. Those percentages tell you almost nothing about which vaccine is better. So, what is your COVID risk? Should you get vaccinated? If so, which vaccine should you get? What else can you do to keep you and your family safe from COVID, right now and in the future? We can't give you all the answers in a short video. That's why we are creating a constantly updated website which combines all the latest COVID data, allows you to input your information, and then provides an automatic assessment of your specific risk and a plan to minimize it. We would greatly appreciate your support in helping to make this happen.